Hey, art people. I've got a new assignment for you guys. It's the color wheel assignment. So, attached in Schoology, you should be able to find this sheet of paper along with there are some instructions that look something like this. So I would definitely click on that, click on the instructions. There is also, well, me talking on YouTube to help you along. So we're going to go over just the process and how you break this thing down. So you may have, hopefully, bought a pencil pack, be it a 12 pack or you might have got a 24 pack, but I've got a 12 pack, a 12 pencil pack. And the thing about it is it's great, but it's not perfect. It has most of the colors that you guys are going to need, but it is lacking in 4 tertiary colors, which honestly is a good thing because you need to learn how to mix some of these colors just to give you a little bit more complication to do as an artist. But you know, we artists, we need to learn how to mix some colors and instead of everything being easy and all that. So if you look on this color wheel, we have the blue green, the yellow orange, we also had the red violet, and we have the blue violet. Those are the things that you guys are going to be mixing up. The rest of these colors, you should have these in your pack. So it's not as easy as what I'm just saying, oh yeah, put the colors down. There is definitely a process and an order to the way that you get these colors looking like this. I do want your color application to be flat and match the intensity and tone of what you see on my color wheel in front of you. So what I would recommend you do while you are coloring, click back and forth to my attachment just to make sure that what you're doing matches what I'm doing on here. So what you may notice, and I'll zoom in on this, is the intensity of the colors that are being laid down here are not exactly opaque. And what opaque means is you can't see through it. They are semi-opaque, so you can kind of see a little bit of the paper through this. And like I said, they're flat. And there is a huge attempt. If yours is as even as this, you're doing a great job. So the idea is to get it as flat, as even, and to match this as well as you can. So initially my video is going to cover how you actually apply these colors on the color wheel. And then I'm going to get into what all you would do. And this may be in another video because I have a little feeling this one's going to last a little bit longer. So I'm probably going to divide this lesson, just explaining things, in half for you guys. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the actual color schemes that are going to come after you guys completing this color wheel in a second video. So just make sure that you guys click on that. So I'll go over all this stuff, and the main thing that I'm going to go over on this next video that is very important for y'all to know is how to do this monochromatic thing. So there's definitely a method and a process, not a madness, just a method there on how to do that particular thing. So we're gonna get into this color wheel initially. So one thing that I would tell y'all to do is check out your color pencils, number one. And what I would do if I was you guys, so you'll not be confused and all that, is lay them out in a similar order to what it would be like on the color wheel. So you can just kind of grab them and that sort of thing. That's how I organize them. You're going to have all these colors right in front of you. There are some colors in this pack that you are not going to use, and those are brown, white, and there's a sky blue that you're not going to be using, but you're going to be using all these other colors right here to get the colors that you need. Okay, so as you can see, I've done the majority of this thing, but I did leave some things blank to explain to you the process of how we're going to do it. I on purpose, well, I started on this one, but then I erased it. I on purpose left that one blank because I want to let y'all know, and this is the A through C part on this particular sheet. And basically what's going to happen is when you guys are working on this is you're going to lightly outline each little section when you color it, and then you're going to very lightly start filling in the outside to inside with cross hatching very lightly. And then lastly, you're going to, it's called scumbling, which is making teeny tiny little circles to fill in things. And if you need to go back and do cross-hatching, then scumbling, cross-hatching, scumbling, to just make things nice and even, that's what you can do. So I'm going to show you that with this red-orange right here. All right, so the red-orange, that is a tertiary color that you guys have in your pack. So at least you don't have to mix that. So I'm basically taking this, I'm outlining this, and this is, like I said, this is going to be what you would do for all your color applications first. So this is step A right there. And then what y'all are going to do, and I'm going very, very lightly, and I've got to tell my brain in my hand, especially if you're heavy-handed, you got to go, okay, slow down, go lighter. And you're going to, and you can see what I am trying to do here is, number one, keep my strokes of color that I'm applying even. That's one of the things that you are going to be working on. And I'm also just trying to keep things light, and I'm also trying to not pick up my pencil. I haven't picked up my pencil as of yet. I'm going back over some of the areas where my lines may not be all that even, but like I said, I'm going back and being consistent. So when you're laying down your colors, one thing that I would tell y'all to do is I would definitely start with yellow, and you could either go in this direction or that direction. But one of the things that I have done is I put down the primary colors first, and then I added my secondary colors second. And then what I did was I started to add my tertiary colors. The reason why I did my primaries first is so that when I do my secondaries and then I start to apply my tertiaries, I can kind of compare between the red and the violet, and compare the intensities so that I'll know what I need whenever I get my red violet. If you're doing things like out of order, it may be harder to get whatever you're trying to achieve there. So I am now going in the opposite way. So this is cross hatching, right? It's kind of like making a very tight tic-tac-toe board or a very tight basket weave, right? Okay, and you can go back over it with another layer of that, but what I'm gonna do is I'm starting on the outside of this, and I'm making these tiny little circles right here. I'm still pressing down really light. I'm trying to keep things consistent with what I'm doing, and it's one of those, you almost have to train your muscles in your hands to be consistent when you're doing these things. So I think in general, it is hard. It's harder for people who initially, especially if you write really heavy, this may be hard for you to control. So I would highly recommend just going really slow, going really light. Okay, so I did my little circles here. And so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back and just go with the opposite thing, which would be a linear, straightish kind of line, and I'm hatching over it, and now I'm cross hatching just to get things even. And if I feel like I need to layer even further, I can always do some scumbling after that. So it's outlining, it's cross hatching, it's scumbling, and then it is going back there. Always find if you do circles over more vertical and horizontal lines, you're going to get a flatter look to and a more consistent look to your application of color. So I'm going to stop this video, and then I'm going to get into the other parts of the color wheel and how you would actually make your tertiary color. So it looks like we're going to have 3 videos here, which is okay with me, or more than 3. All right.